Spicy meat.
Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to talk about the Bretagne Panther, a brand new tier 6 French premium tank. And all I gotta say is that it's simply a reskin of the VK3002 AIM, but it looks pretty cooler because at least here we have a legendary camo because that tank is based on a captured Panther the French got during the World War II. So what do you need to know about that tank, how to get it? It's a little bit more complicated than usual because here, yes, you will have to gamble, but you will have to gamble through buying different offers that are not necessarily linked to the crates regarding the Bretagne Panther. What I mean by that is that if you want, for example, to acquire 15 crates for the Bretagne Panther, you will have to spend 25,000 gold by buying the classic French tank bundle. By the way, as Wargaming put back in the shop all those tanks, I will do a video tomorrow on all those tanks, reviewing them for you to know what offer is the most worthy. But here we're going to focus on the Bretagne Panther. So what do you need to know about this tank? Pretty much that it's the exact same as the VK3002M that we did a review on previously, sorry. 1.9k DPM, which is not the best, but not the worst either. Let's say that it's average. The rest of the statistics of the tank is pretty average. The gun dispersion is really good on behalf of it, and reload time is 5.1 seconds. The penetration 150, average damage 160, and 8 degrees of gun depression. For the rest, don't count on the armor because you will not be able to bounce, except if you really over-angle that part right there, but it's not going to happen too much. And on top of that, maybe if you're lucky enough, you will be able to bounce some shots on the gun mantlet, which is quite huge on this tank. But be careful because your cupola is, yeah, it's hard to miss it. Now for the rest, guys, something interesting to notice about this is that it's a really heavy tank, and on top of that you have a good mobility because as you can see you can climb up to 55 kilometers per hour, which implies that with this tank you can ram, especially light tanks. Don't try and don't bother ramming heavy tanks, otherwise you're going to get completely destroyed. But at least when you encounter light tanks, it's always going to be a pleasure for you to not one-shot them, but at least maybe remove half of their HP using the hull of your tank. Now how am I equipping it? Pretty simple. First, gun rammer because the penetration is enough, and then gun lane drive and vertical stabilizer to reduce as much as possible my aiming time. After we go for the defense system, but I could also go for the improved module because this is going to be a ramming tank, so it all depends on you. I'm going to go for improved module here because I love ramming. After improved assembly because you are not going to count on your armor, so you would rather have more hit points. Toolbox because enhanced track is always useless. Improved optics because you're not going to camp, you're not a tank destroyer. Engine accelerator to increase a little bit my top speed to be able to compete with light tanks to ram them. To finish off with high-end consumable when you're using adrenaline for you to shoot for a longer period of time. Now let's take a look at what this tank has in its stomach. So guys, for the replay, we're gonna go for a live battle, and what I must tell you about the playstyle is probably that this tank features two different options. The first one is trying to side scrape. It's not the most effective one, but in some cases where you can't only show your turret, then that's the way to go. What you want to do by side scraping is not over-angling too much, because otherwise, if people shoot at your tracks, they will be able to penetrate. Now, the second one and most effective is probably being in all down, but peekaboo. What I mean by that is you just go out of your corner like that, you poke, you sneak your shot, and you pull back. Here, for example, we got spotted, which implies that there is something right there, but on top of that, they played on this side. So what we need to do right now is taking advantage of the terrain. It's going to be quite hard because I don't know where the SU is, and I don't want to lose half my hit points at the beginning of the game. Okay, it seems like the guy got spotted right there. I'm expecting someone to probably camp either here or here, which is a little bit weird considering that we didn't spot anything. Maybe there is the Leopard camping or something. All right, we're not gonna bother. There is also a Tog that we're gonna sneak a shot on right now. And now, oh shit, oh no, don't tell me they have both of them camping. Okay, at least we have enough armor to bounce the Leo. That's the cool thing about this. Okay, we're not gonna bother. We're gonna sneak in another one on the Leo. Come on, we're reloading. Oh no, no, he's tracked. Oh yes, got lucky a little bit here, and we are shooting our shot on the SU. Okay, it seems like we have to go away, guys, before getting completely wrecked by our opponents. And this is exactly what we're going to do. So there we go. We pull back. And yeah, it seems like it worked. It worked for us. We got lucky. Now we got to make sure that the Tog can't move anymore. Okay, this guy's going to die. He's not a problem anymore. So there we go. We managed to bounce. As I told you, the tracks, if you angle them just a little bit, you can bounce off some targets. All right, so let's take a closer look at what's happening right there. Yes, you just shot. So we're gonna go in, take the shot, pull back to a safe position, and probably kill the spike. Let's kill the spike, guys. There we go. The spike is no more. We can't get penetrated by the Leopard, and we have the type coming for us. There we go. We sneak one. Unfortunately, managed to pull that off straight in. Wow, what a weird way to shot me. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna sneak my shot and pull back. Oh my gosh, that has to be one of the worst match I ever did with this tank. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem because we can finish off targets. And as you can see, as long as we're showing our turret only, we can do things. But once we are exposed, it becomes quite hard. But to be fair, if you are gambling only to get that tank, it's definitely not worth it. This tank is the type of tank that could get acquired in a special game event, like a free-to-play event, because usually when Wargaming is putting those tanks in free-to-play events, they are not completely broken like it's the case for a Smasher or an Annihilator. And yes, if it's the case, it's definitely not worth gambling for. Wait for a direct offer, because you will probably be able to get it in an offer like 2k gold or something within the next 6 months. Hopefully you enjoyed, guys. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And I'm sorry that I couldn't go for another replay, but I have 11 videos to prepare before going back to vacation. And yes, I need to make them fast. Yeah.